All right, let's talk about something huge today. How do you go all out, work incredibly hard, but not burn out in the process? Well, the answer might just be in what's called the macro patience framework. It's a really powerful way to think about connecting your daily grind to those big long-term goals.
So does this feel familiar? You're putting in the hours, you're grinding away, and at the end of the day, you're just wiped out. But when you look up, it feels like you haven't actually gone anywhere. It's like you're on a professional treadmill, sprinting as hard as you can, but you're still in the exact same spot.
It turns out there's a massive reason for this feeling, and it's pretty much the #1 cause of professional burnout. It's this total mismatch. We demand immediate results from plans that are, built for the long haul.
And that leads us right into something called the speed paradox, which is a really cool concept that explains why we so often get our effort and our expectations completely backwards. Okay, so check this out. This slide lays out the two paths perfectly. On the left, you've got the trap, and this is where most of us live. We're kind of slow with our daily actions, but we get super impatient for those big yearly results. The fix? You just flip it. Go crazy fast with your actions every single day, but be incredibly patient when it comes to the big long-term payoff.
And this quote just nails it. Many professionals fail because they are impatient with their results, but slow in their execution. It's so simple, right? But it's a trap so many of us fall into without even thinking about it. This whole mistake leads to what you could call the 30-week mindset. It's this habit of judging a really long-term strategy on a super short-term timeline, and then, giving up on it way too soon.
And this timeline shows you exactly why that's such a huge mistake. So after 30 weeks, that's about 7 months, that 30-week mindset kicks in. We start telling ourselves, the market isn't responding, this isn't working, time to pivot. But just look further down the line. Real success, that compounding effect where things really start to explode, that doesn't even kick in for a few years. Pivoting at 30 weeks is like pulling up a tiny plant every day to see if the roots are growing. You just gotta trust the process.
So if that's the problem, what's the solution? It's all about adopting a brand new mindset, one that's built on two core ideas: macro patience and micro speed. So what does that actually mean? It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. You execute with intense speed and urgency every single day. That's your micro speed. And this is the key, at the same time, you have extreme, unshakable patience for that final, long-term result. That's your macro patience.
I love this quote because it just makes the whole idea crystal clear. Move with frantic urgency today, but give your strategy the years it needs to actually mature. It's about having that fire in your gut every day while also keeping this calm, long-term view of where you're headed.
Okay, so theory's great and all, but how do we actually do this? Let's break down the actual steps to put this framework into action in the real world.
It really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, focus on daily volume. Your output for today needs to be massive. I'm talking a high volume of actions, whether that's sales calls, articles, code, whatever. Second, you have to consciously get rid of that quarterly anxiety. Stop checking your 5-year plan every 3 months and freaking out. Push that worry off for years, not months. And third, use your daily speed to gather market data. The whole point of going fast isn't to get instant wins. It's to learn from the market as quickly as humanly possible.
And you might be thinking, okay, but who is this for? Honestly, it's for almost anyone building something that matters. It's for sales pros building a pipeline. It's for content creators growing an audience. It's for developers building a product from scratch. Basically, if your goal is going to take longer than a few weeks to hit, this framework is for you. So, what's the reward for thinking this way? What's the big payoff? It's all about putting yourself in a position to win the long game. It is so important to remember this. Success isn't just about how talented you are. A lot of the time, timing is even more important. And what this framework does is it aligns all your hard work with that reality. The reality that great things just take time. And look, if you only take one single thing away from this, let it be this, because it wraps the entire idea up in one perfect sentence. Long-term market dominance is a marathon run at a sprinter's daily pace. You have to do both. You have to sprint like crazy every single day, but know that you're in it for the marathon.
So this all comes down to one last, really important question for you. Forget about the marathon for just a second. What is your sprint today?